The Hoops 8 Tournament Preview Show with Sports Director Travis Lee on Channel 8 WMTW.
Our top boys performances of the year. Sanford's Tanner McCann had 8 threes, 27 points against Kennebunk. JP Estrella 35 against Bonnie Eagle. How about Noah Dupre? Put up 41 in a win over Cape Elizabeth. Tyler Heathcote of Westbrook scored all 21 Blue Blazes points in the first quarter on the way to a 36-point outburst against Deering. Jace Bessie of Spruce Mountain 35 the other night against Winthrop. And Edward Little's big man John Shea. A lot of big games, but 37 against rival Lewiston to end the regular season. Now in Class D, Forest Hills has put together something special in Jackman. Tigers are trying to reach the state finals for the 5th time in the last decade. On the way to an unbeaten regular season, Forest Hills' closest game this year was a 20-point spread. In the North, Machias also had a perfect regular season. In the girls' D Southern tournament, Valley is the #1 seed. Rangeley, though, the 2 seed, they're pretty even as they split their 2 games. Southern Rustic is the #1 seed going unbeaten in D North girls. Well, at this point, it may seem that there are some sort of bylaws in the town of Cape Elizabeth that there has to be a Bovie in the basketball program. Since 2006, there has been a Bovie sibling in the high school program every year. But that run ends this year with the youngest Bovie, Will, who is a senior. Will Bovie's grown accustomed to the special attention he's received thanks to his last name.
I've grown up following basketball my entire life, and just like coming into this gym playing as a high schooler, like everyone already knows who I am because of all my siblings.
Will is 13 years younger than his oldest brother Alex, who was an all-state player and led Cape to 2 state finals. His brother Theo was a first-team all-state player. His sister Maddie was a McDonald's all-state player. His brother Finn helped Cape to a state championship as a freshman and was an all-state player. And now Will, who learned so much from his siblings, especially in the legendary driveway pickup games.
Always have like my older brothers, they would be playing games with their friends all the time, and I was too young, I would just watch with like Theo and Alex. And then Finn and his friends, when I got like upper middle school, they started letting me play with them, and like that was a whole big thing in my life. And then started playing one-on-one with my brother. And that was just a great way for me to get better, playing against someone bigger and better than me.
And for all of the coaches who feel like they've spent their entire careers game planning against the Bovies,
I've actually got a couple of refs this year talking to me, asking like, is there any more coming? Just to make sure, like they keep on coming. I'm the last one.
he is the last one and would love to have a long tournament run. Now talk about parity in Class B South in the last decade. 8 different teams have been the #1 seed heading into the tournament. Only Yarmouth in 15 and 17 is repeated as the top seed. This year projects to be just as unpredictable as the usual. The defending region champs, Maranacook, boast a win over Madomic to their resume, and point guard Tyler Reben can do it all. Lake Region big man Jacob Stone provides dependable scoring, and the Lakers can dictate the tempo. Cape has all the weapons needed for a deep run. Finding consistency will be the key. Lisbon's put together one of the best regular season runs they've had in years behind the duo of Mason Booker and Levi Tibbetts. Madomic Valley starts 5 seniors, including 1,000-point scorer Trevor Brown, and 6'8" Jacob Craig is an X-factor. York rolls out the top starting 5 in the region. They take care of rebounding, and J.P. Frazier can fill it up. Yarmouth's duo of Peter Syhoges and Matt Waldner are as good as any pair in the tournament. The Clippers can shut down teams defensively. Spruce Mountain is the #1 seed. They can play multiple styles, and Jace Bessie and Owen Bryant form a formidable tandem. Wow. Up north, Ellsworth had no peer. The Eagles go unbeaten in B North. They're the #1 seed with a high-scoring offense. Spruce Mountain dealt a big blow this week, final week of the regular season. Camden Phillips, key player for them, injured his hand. He's out. Spruce is high-end talent. Their depth is going to be challenged by a lot of teams in this very, very deep bracket, Michael. And, we've talked and coaches have talked that this might be one of those brackets where in the prelims, or not the prelims, but in the Sweet 16, someone goes down in the top half of the bracket.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of felt all along that this might be the best region of all. I think back on opening night, now a couple months ago, seeing Yarmouth beat York in overtime and thinking, all right, these guys are going to meet again probably, and these are 2 exceptional teams, but it goes much deeper than that. Spruce Mountain's had a great season. Are they going to come down to Portland and play well and defend that top seed and that record? That remains to be seen. I really like what the Clippers do. Not just Peter Sahajas, who's as good as anyone I've seen play this year, and Matty Waldner's been terrific as their point guard. They have different guys step up every night in a supporting role. Don't be surprised if Stevie Walsh hits a big shot or two in the tournament. The soccer hero, he's come up big. And Cape, it's not just Will Bovey. And boy, would I love to see those driveway Bovey games. But Evan Reeves and Jake Frame have had terrific years.
They wouldn't let us in, Michael. We would not get on the tar.
I would have loved that, and I wouldn't want to take part, but I would have loved to watch it. And then, in York, I really think York might be the best team of all. So it's going to be great to see how this region shakes out, because there really, realistically, are 5 or 6 teams. I think you could make a case for coming out and winning the regional title.
In Madomic Valley, not a lot of press
Yes.
down here, but a very, very senior-laden team with a lot of experience, and they can fill it up, and a coach that has been there and done that, and that's really important this time of year. Levitt's an 11-win team in the 10 seed, so you got that, and even Wells lurking down there.
Right. Playing better now.
Played a brutal schedule. So there's no easy games in this one for anybody, but certainly looking at a possible York-Yarmouth matchup in the semifinal could be something special. And Spruce Mountain, they love to play with a chip on their shoulder, and they've got a real gunner in Jace Bessie. It's going to be a lot of fun. And here at the Expo, we'll have the answer to these questions on Friday as the B-Boys lead off the tournament. All right, what were some of the top girls' performances of the year? How about Sierra Carson of Oxford Hills? 27 points, including all 14 in the first quarter, and a win over Lewiston. Katie Bartash, a triple-double versus Portland. Grace Ramsdell, 32 against Trape Academy. Emma Lizotte of Cheverus, 28 points, 14 boards against Deering. And Lizzie Gruber, 35 points, 23 rebounds, 5 blocks. Yeah, I said that. 35 and 23 against Lawrence. More tournament special coming up when we come back.